Okay, for this trip, Labor Day weekend, we decided to just go a little north of our hometown to Ludington, Michigan. We're staying in Vacation Station, which is right on M10, so pretty close to the highway, pretty easy exit. 31 North actually ends at Ludington, so pretty easy off and on. So once we got off the highway there on M10, you're going to head west towards the lakeshore. M10 here is a very busy road. You can kind of hear it behind me. I'm going to flip the camera around here. So one thing we did notice coming into Vacation Station is there's a left turn lane that goes into Walmart, and the left turn lane for Vacation Station are shared. Very busy across the street. There's a Walmart gas station and of course a Walmart. But M10 actually runs east and west, and it takes you right into downtown Ludington, right to Lake Michigan. So if you want to go into Lake Michigan, that's a way to get there. There's a nice beach down there. But this is the main thoroughfare through Ludington, so this road gets pretty busy. So making a left turn lane, your check-in time, it can get a little difficult. But once you're into the park, you can see the sign right there again. Once you're into off M10 and you're actually headed towards the office to check in, the road's pretty empty. It is a one-way road. There's a different exit, so pretty easy to get up to the office. Continue on the video. We're going to show some other places inside the park and show some of the pools and things like that. So just wanted to show you a little bit of the drive in here. It's pretty cool. Kind of trees over the road and whatnot, so very beautiful, especially for people that are from out west. This is kind of a unique view. And as you can tell, now we're getting away from M10 there, and you can tell it's getting much quieter. The trees really quiet down the park. And I do got to say, inside the park, all the roads are cement, all the lots are concrete, very level, so that's very nice. I will say big rig friendly, probably mid-range. It is a little difficult. We pull a 44-foot fifth wheel, so a little bit on the larger side, but it is a challenge moving around. You just got to take it slow. It can be done, but drive slow, and you can get into your spots. But as you can tell, the road noise is all going away. There's one little section of the park over there. My wife, as she's been on her morning walks, noticed that there's a lot of seasonals here, so a big portion of the park is actually seasonals. But very awesome park. 5 miles an hour coming in right there. Be adding a little more video here in a little bit. Alright, we made it all the way up to the camp store. And this is the check-in spot. You can see the sign up here. One thing that's pretty cool is they got some signs up here. They're only open till 9, but they have late check-ins. But they have 3 or 4 host spots right across from the office that if you need something after hours, they have a sign in the front yard for the host that basically is on call. You can go over to the host camper, which is directly right across the street. You actually can see the host sign there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You can actually go over to their site, knock on their door, and they will be able to help you out with whatever you need. So the nice spot is this is all one way coming in all the way up to the office here. All right, back by the pond, which is back in the backside of the park there, between mostly the seasonal area and the front part of the park. They got a few cabins right here. You can fish in the pond, catch and release. And as you kind of go back here, here's one of the couple of buildings in the back they hold some activities at. This is the main activity building. There's another one by the other pool. So this place has 2 underground pools. So this is the roundhouse. You can see the sign right up top there. This is where they hold like your candy bar bingos. There's some activities to do in there, ping pong, whatnot. But this is right in front of kind of the activity center where chess is at, pickleball, shuffleboard, things like that are right behind this area. And this is actually right next to the lake. One thing that's really cool on the back side of here is they have a little patio there with some patio chairs set up. And I'll show you some pictures of that in a minute, where you can go and maybe enjoy a sandwich and sit by the lake with your kids and dog and whatnot. So this is pretty cool. Well, in the back of the park, it's a vacation station. There's a second pool, which is over here, and a laundry and bathrooms, showers, for you guys who don't take a shower in your actual RV. They have very nice showers here. Oh, there is a good view of the second pool. Pretty cool. All right, we're up here at the dog park and at vacation station. Apollo says dog park is approved. He likes it. Really cool here is they got a big section of trees, and unlike a lot of dog parks that you go to, it's not very tiny. It's actually pretty large. I'm gonna go stand in the upper corner up here just so you can get an idea how big it is. So for you guys who travel with your furry family friend members, this is definitely a highly recommended dog park area for the dogs. All right, we're in the back section of the park. This is where all the seasonals are at. It's a pretty new area. You can kind of see, and we're still standing inside a dog park, by the way, but you can still see how they cleared it out to make the new area for the seasonals. So this little section, there's 2 rows in the back here. This is 100% seasonals, but still a very nice park. But one thing that definitely get a thumbs down for is they cleared all the trees out, which made it quite windy where we're at. So, like pretty much 15 miles an hour or 20 every day we were here, which makes campfires a little tough. So that is one thing we get a thumbs down for. So we're going to get our overall rating at the beginning, but we got two kind of small things that I would put on the downside of the 5-star rating system, 1 being the best, 5 being the worst, is big rig friendly. Definitely a 5. This place is very hard to move around with, especially if you're inexperienced with a bigger rig. Now keep in mind, if you're pulling a 30-foot camper with a truck, you're probably okay. I'm pulling a 44-foot fifth wheel with a 22-foot dual axle diesel. So I'm running right around 70 foot long all total, just a tad under, so a little tough for me to move around. So when I say big rig, I'm going to say total length of your rig is going to be greater than 40 foot. So definitely a thumbs down there. And then for the amount of trees it's taken out in the back section here, definitely a 4 out of 5. Made for very windy conditions on our site. We're actually up in the older part of the campground, but right on the edge of this new part. So we get quite a lot of wind. Now, I'm saying in the next couple of years, they planted a lot of new trees that are, 10 foot tall, but not a lot of foliage yet. So in the next few years, this is probably going to get much better. So right now, a little rough on the wind. Go, action. All right, see what he's got. And he gave up awful easy on that one. to our home base here in Muskegon. So we're back from Ludington, which is just a short drive, 45 minutes or so. But we're back from our holiday weekend, so we're going to do an overall review here of Vacation Station, which we did really enjoy. So we got some good things and some bad things, but so overall, with 1 being the worst, 5 being the best rating system, overall the park was definitely a 4. There was just a couple things that actually brought it down from hitting a 5 and being perfect. So the first thing that definitely, as far as turning into the park off in 10 and kind of that area right there, the congestion area, was definitely a 1 in my opinion. Very difficult to navigate. But once you got into the park, the drive back to the site was actually pretty easy, or back to the check-in point. The other thing is the big rig friendly thing. And like I said earlier, is when I'm considering a big rig, guys, I'm considering bumper to bumper. So the bumper of your towing vehicle to the bumper of your camper. Now, when I say big rig friendly, you know, I'm talking 40 foot or larger for that total distance. So for a lot of people, you're well under that 40 foot. I'm actually in the mid 60s. So my total camper and truck is quite long. So making it around the bends and things like that inside the park and navigating to your spot was definitely difficult. I would give that definitely a 2 as far as being big rig friendly. Now that is in the older part of the park. In the newer part of the park, which was a lot of seasonals, but it was much easier to navigate. The roads were wider. It was made for the bigger rigs. So if you get into the back part, excellent. Overall, though, the place was very well maintained. Very beautiful. The 2 pools were very clean, very well put together. The bath houses, the showers were clean. The laundries are very nice. They had a lot of planned activities for the kids and adults. The spaces were pretty decently laid out, so you had quite a good yard. Everything was level. They had a lot of activities, chess and checkers and pickleball and Gaga pit, and that all was really good. As far as Apollo rating, Apollo definitely gives the dog area a 5. Was very large, very well maintained. There wasn't dog feces all over. Everybody had picked up after themselves, so that was all really good. So that was nice. So just kind of an overall, like I always say, is let's be cautious to each other out there on the road, and let's be caring to one another, and let's be careful when we're all driving and looking out for each other. Remember, we're a big rig, we're on the road, we're slower than the rest of the traffic. People get upset at us. If you're watching this video and you're considering buying an RV or just watching it for fun, be considerate to the RV drivers. We are driving big rigs. It's hard to navigate. Switching lanes and things is difficult for us. So be cautious with us, or be careful with us. So like I always say at the end of our videos, if you like the video, like and subscribe down at the bottom. Also, I'm doing something new. I'm going to have our email address at the end of this video in the credits. If you guys have any specific questions about a campground in Michigan or in the United States, like I said, we've camped all over the United States. So chances are we've been at least to the state, and we might be able to do a video about the campground or give you some answers. Or, hey, if there's someplace you're thinking about going that you'd like us to do a review on, we'd love to check out new places and things like that. So send us an email. Like I said, like, subscribe on the bottom, and we'll be seeing you out there on the road, and come travel with us.